12:05 a.m. Preparations for the test begin. Leonid gradually reduces power. For the next 20 minutes, everything goes as planned. But just another 3 minutes later, there's a snag. For some reason, power levels in the reactor plummet. This is not part of the drill. Leonid needs to get the power level back up again fast. To his relief, he fixes the problem. By 1 o'clock in the morning, Leonid thinks the reactor is stable. The preparations proceed. 3 minutes later, Boris, who controls the pumps, takes his turn. He switches on 2 auxiliary water pumps. But they force water into the reactor too quickly. That's bad. It means that not enough water can be turned into steam to drive the turbines. They're out of balance. (1:19). Leonid thinks he can help by increasing power in the reactor's core. It works. The reactor gets hotter, creating more steam to drive the turbines. Leonid and Boris think they have the situation under control. They continue with the test preparations. What they don't know is that the core is heating up to dangerous levels. In the turbine hall, Yuri Karnaev gets a phone call. Someone in the control room tells him the preparations are complete and the test is about to start. To the crew on the night shift, everything at Chernobyl appears normal. (1:23). An operator shuts down the turbines as planned. This is the start of the test they've been preparing for since the beginning of the shift. But just as Leonid monitors the reactor, he sees its temperature begin to soar. Pressure in the reactor heads towards critical. Warning alarms blare through the control room. Now, Leonid and Boris see they've got a problem. But they don't know they have only seconds to prevent a full-blown nuclear disaster. The young men who work the night shift struggle to prevent a major nuclear accident. It's 1:23 in the morning. The man in charge of the reactor, Leonid Toptunov, takes drastic measures. He hits the reactor's emergency shutdown button. But there's no shutdown. And worse, the heat of the reactor races higher, reaching 100 times normal levels. The unimaginable begins. The extreme heat starts to destroy the core. Boris and Leonid realize they're no longer in control. Just 1 minute later, Chernobyl's number 4 reactor explodes. The force of the explosion blows the reactor's 2,000-ton steel roof sideways. 8 tons of highly radioactive fuel blast into the night sky. Fire has broken out all over Reactor 4. They need extra backup. Fire Chief Pyotr Khomel is one of 100 extra firefighters responding to the call.
There were bits of wires lying about. All the technical units were in pieces. We didn't know it was the reactor because no one had told us.
None of the firemen realize they're in the midst of a nuclear catastrophe. For an hour and a half, they struggle with the flames. And one by one, the men start to collapse, vomiting and losing consciousness. Pyotr Khomel is among them.
Не думал, что это будет мировая такая, пожар такой.
We didn't think it was a dangerous event, not on a global scale. We thought it was just a normal fire.
Понятие, что обычный пожар.